It is time for relationship advice in dancing. Hello everybody, my beautiful subscribers. Rasa the dancer is here, and today is a special video because I have some of my friends and colleagues visiting me in London all the way from Yarm, and that is Graham and Joanna. Hello. They actually are mortified to do this video. So just a disclaimer, I'm forcing this upon them. Yes. They did not say yes kindly. They just said yes because I'm their friend, correct?
Yep.
Only because it's you.
Yes, and it's very possible that there are some gunmen standing behind the camera pointing at them. If you don't speak, something bad will happen. So basically, the topic I wanted to talk about is relationships in dancing scene. I tried, I failed a few times. I feel like I have a knowledge of what works, what doesn't, but I don't have any evidence to prove it. Now, the reason I want to talk to them about relationships in the dance scene because they met in the dancing scene and they are married, and so far it looks like they're happy.
Till today.
You happy? Till
Today.
After today, nobody knows. But are you happy?
Yes. Very.
You happy?
Absolutely.
Excellent. So, without further ado, let's talk about relationships in the dancing scene. Okay, so first, can you tell us how you actually met and how you got married?
Sure. So we both started to learn to dance salsa sort of separate times, or sort of very similar time. And we didn't know each other at that point. And then we just started to go to classes together, started to go to socials together, and we just built our friendship from there. And then that friendship turned into a little bit more. And here we are.
And how long have you been... look at her eyes. She's like, careful what you ask. No, this is innocent, I swear. But I'm just curious. So how long have you basically dated, like built the friendship before you actually became romantically involved?
I'd say about a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About a year?
And that was just sort of doing things together, going to socials, classes, and then just over time, we just got to know each other more. Yeah.
So do you think it's a good idea when you start dating somebody in the dancing scene to actually wait before you jump in seriously and just test the waters first and build a friendship?
Yes, absolutely.
You think so?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you know a lot of couples who actually meet in the dancing scene? And
yes, friends of ours.
Yeah. We've got several friends who have met all through dancing. And I think it probably works best when you don't go with the intention to meet someone. When you just go into
dance,
find new friends, find a new hobby, and then just naturally, when you're not looking for it, you find someone. I think through
that's like in life in general, isn't it? Anytime you're actually desperate for something, you know, you really want it, it's never. And the moment you just slightly forget about it, bam, there it is. So, okay, but how when you're desperate to not be desperate? You know what I'm saying?
Good
like,
question.
if you really want to meet somebody, how do you like, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it? It's hard. It's very hard.
It is. I think it depends what you want in life. You might want to be in a relationship with someone, but ultimately, why do you want that?
Right.
Do you want to be close with someone? Do you want to be sort of have someone to go and do things with, like have a meal with, go out socially? And you can do those things with friends through dancing.
True. That's true.
There's other ways that I guess they can help on that journey.
That's so true. Now, what do you see any, not necessarily mistakes, but maybe something that is not a wise thing to do for people when they're dating in the dancing scene? Some things to look out for, like something that might not be a good idea.
I don't know.
The only thing that jumps to my mind is when you do start that relationship, don't suddenly just dance together all the time. Don't get jealous if you are dancing with someone else we've all started to learn to dance separately with lots of people.
Yes.
So I think it's important to remember why we still dance, why we wanted to dance in the first place.
Yes.
And try not to have that jealousy.
You can't be jealous in the dancing.
No.
You cannot be jealous if you're in the dancing scene.
It's so true. And actually, I don't know whether you guys, because they teach as well and they have their own company, but I come across so many students who love to dance and then they meet somebody, they start dating and suddenly they disappear from dancing because clearly one or the other
That's
had
happened
an
in our
issue.
classes.
And then you see a couple of years later, they're coming back.
Yeah.
And clearly, for me, it's a sign that if you're dating somebody who stops you from dancing, you might even stop because you really love that person. You don't want to make them feel bad. But it's never a good thing to base a relationship when somebody's actually stopping you to do from something you love.
Absolutely, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Do you feel the same?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Now, another thing that I don't know whether you see, but there's also those people who jump from one person to another, and that can be messy.
Yeah.
Have
We've
you seen
a few of
those?
those? Yeah.
I've seen a lot. In London,
Yeah.
we have a bigger scene and maybe a little bit younger crowd.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like everybody's dating everybody. And then in the end of the day, you don't have where to go dancing because everybody's your ex and then it's just uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think probably maybe one of the ground rules, if you like, when you start a relationship, to say, look, we both dance, same community. You might see people at the same socials, same classes, and maybe try and have that joint understanding. And
if it doesn't work, you'll be friends still.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yes,
And
you might
still.
not be overly friendly with each other if it doesn't work, but at least be sort of civil and just be nice and polite.
Yeah, I agree. But just not a lot of people have this conversation, right?
Yeah. I think you have to have that if you're going to carry on dancing.
Before it gets any further, like where it's with no return. I think that's actually a very good
But
point.
did we have a conversation?
No.
Oh dear.
She's like, we had a very long conversation. 1 year conversation, okay?
We'll be having that conversation after this.
Yeah. With her.
I'm in trouble, guys. But listen, I really want to dive into this because I personally work all the time and dancing is my job. So all I do is dance.
Yeah.
Workshops, night outs, all the time. So the only way for me to meet somebody is through dancing. It's very unusual for me to be able to meet anybody else anywhere else.
Yeah.
But I think that's why one of the reasons people do hobbies in the first place, whether it's dancing or like join a running club, it's to not so necessarily find a relationship, but it's to meet people.
Meet people,
And
make
that might be
friends.
friends, it might be a walking club, anything. Archery. It's just a way to meet people, get out there, do something on evenings, weekends. And I think dancing is a great way to do that. Okay,
I have an interesting question. So first, Graham, what advice you can give to a guy if he's in the dancing scene and he really likes a girl and she might not necessarily like him back, but maybe kind of interested, like it's a gray area. It's not like, oh yes, I want him kind of thing. It's like a little bit distant. What advice can you give him to maybe try and see if he can go any further? Any tips?
Or
Any
in my humble experience, probably try not to be overly tryy. Just be a nice gentleman, maybe have a chat at social. Certainly not constantly grab her for dances.
Right.
Because
that can
I think
be
that's
annoying.
too much.
Yeah.
But maybe just have a little chat, have a dance or two, have a chat at the social, maybe test the waters. Do you fancy having a coffee tomorrow? Or shall we have a drink before the next social? If it's a no, then fine. I think you've probably got your answer. But still be friendly, have a nice dance together, etc. So, Joanna, what you would say
if a guy wants to approach a girl, what would be a 10 off for you? What would you definitely wouldn't want a guy doing?
If they were just full on.
Full on,
Yeah,
like
just
very
full on.
intense.
Yeah. Like say asking the same person, asking me to dance 20 times, not dancing with other people. No.
And what other qualities that you would like? Let's say you're not really interested in him, but it's not that you're not interested, but you know, like you wouldn't necessarily consider it by your own merit.
A great dancer would help.
A great dancer. All right, gentlemen, learn the skill quickly. And anything else that would maybe change your mind, like you would maybe not consider from the first glance, but when you spend time with them, what would be
Just
the
if
attractive
they were a nice
qualities?
person, just generally a nice person. Want to do, like Graham said, go out for a coffee, meet up maybe slowly, very slowly. Make friends before you do anything else.
Make friends. I like that. And final question for me personally. Can you give me advice? Like in the dancing scene, I don't think a lot of people would approach me because I'm the teacher. So a lot of men might find that it's disrespectful or something. So what could I do to let some people in my space? Because sometimes I give all the signals, like for the guy that I might be interested in, I will do everything. I will do the extra touch and the wink and the longer hug. And sometimes even like, I'm so available. Maybe that's why they don't. Maybe I do too much. But like, what do I do to get a guy approach me?
You've got to let them come to you though, haven't you?
Right.
I think you've just got to let them come to you, but then be open with them when they're there.
What if they're not coming? Save me! Find me a man!
Right, okay.
I think some men might
feel the desperation.
be a little bit put off by like the power, if you like, or your standing. You are the teacher. So maybe just, I mean, you obviously dance with everyone anyway, but maybe just have those conversations with people and
you're very approachable anyway.
See where they
very friendly.
go.
So.
And yet nobody asked me on a date.
Well, maybe they don't realise that. Maybe when they see this video, they'll think,
Oh, this is going to be bad, isn't it?
she's going to have them queuing for dates.
Listen. Listen what he said. Don't just go suddenly like, what do you want to go on a date? Build it up. Suss it out. We don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
If any men want to take Rasa for coffee, just drop me a message.
Yeah. He's oh my God.
Oh, he could be your,
Okay. Anybody wants to take me out on a date? I'm going to link Tees Valley
Salsa
Instagram. You can send them a message saying, I like Rasa, can I date her? And then if he says yes, you qualify. If he says no.
You might get into trouble for this.
Well, you're the one that
app.
decides.
Personal dating
Nothing to do with me. But on a serious note, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. It's so nice to have this conversation because, I have these conversations in my mind. So it's really nice to have it with you, and I look up to you guys. And it's for people like me. It's so nice to see good people finding each other and actually enjoying their time together.
Yeah.
So it's lovely, and you are dancers, so I love you even more.
No,
Thank you very much.
we love you too.
All right, guys, subscribe to this channel, give us a like, and of course, I'm gonna leave you with more videos here about the relationships. Check it out, see how you feel, and if you have any questions, leave a comment, and I'll make sure that these two answer it. If she's still gonna be my friend. Now, thank you very much, and thank you guys. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.